Hey, it's Karen Ziegler here, Design Thinking Consulting, helping leaders lead by design, creating innovative cultures in their organization. If you have been following me, or even if you're new to this channel, it won't take you long to understand that I see design thinking as more than a process or a mindset for innovation, but actually the very leadership principles that create innovative cultures. And so today I want to talk about and unpack for you what leading by design is and why I see it as the future of leadership. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but even pre-COVID, we had already begun to step into what's called the experience age, where customers want to be connected and feel alive and creative and creating the life experience that they want to create for themselves, and they want your products to fit into that experience nicely. But that desire for experience, for compassion, for creativity, for connection, it is not limited to customers. It actually is desired by employees as well. And so it was already beginning to take root before COVID, but COVID has really magnified it and made it even more of a requirement for today's workplaces. From collaboration to the desire for empathy to the desire to be creative and create their own jobs, known as job crafting, and a number of other things. There are a multitude of reasons of why leadership is moving into leading by design, not just for the specifics of innovating a product and services, but also for the leadership of day-to-day teams. And if you don't doubt me, let me just quote you some numbers here from Gartner Research. According to Gartner Research, there are 10 emerging skills in the C-suites that are soft skills. And the number one skill that is being pursued by C-suite leaders today is design thinking. It is up 174% over the last 3 years. And some of the other skills that you might recognize on the list are strategic management, adaptability, complaint management, data governance, customer satisfaction, sales skills, customer service skills, sales leadership, and demand planning. And the interesting thing about this list is not only is design thinking up 174%, but it is also the only skill on the list that has the potential to impact all the other skills. So by learning this one skill of leading by design, you can impact all those other skills in your organization. So what does it mean to lead by design? Well, obviously, I'm not going to get into the process of design thinking here. That's something I do in my training courses and what I do in organizations when I consult with them. But I want to talk with you about 5 reasons why leading by design is the future of leadership. And not that we're going to leave leadership as manager behind or leadership as coach behind. Those are still skills and traits that we use. We just will not use as often. And in fact, in my next video, I will share with you when do you want to be leader as manager, leader as coach versus leader as designer. But for this video, let's talk about the 5 reasons why I see the future of leadership is design. The first one is creativity. According to the World Economic Forum, creativity is the 3rd most desired skill of the future, leaving behind analytical thinking, innovation, and active learning strategies. So creativity is the foundation of the future workforce, the future skill sets that are needed. And if you've ever worked with a creative, you know working with creatives can be like herding cats. So the skills needed for leadership when you're talking about managing a bunch of creatives is definitely designing. How do you design a creative team where everyone has their own creative abilities and are using their greatest potential to bring them together with a unified vision and goal to achieve something for the company? The second, and closely tied to creativity, is artificial intelligence. And the point of this is AI is taking the workforce by storm, and AI is going to do for people those mundane tasks that they don't want to do in the first place, the things that are making people hate their jobs and giving them the desire to be more creative. So when AI begins to take away those mundane jobs, then people will be able to begin to step into their creative potential. And that's where Leading by Design will allow you to help your team do that. The third reason why the future of leadership is design is the experience economy. You know, the experience economy, it's been going on for some time now, where customers want not only to buy your product, but they want to have an experience. They want your product to mold into their life that they're trying to create. But that's not something that's just related to customers. And COVID and the pandemic have shown us that employees want experience in their day-to-day life as much as anyone, especially now with so many working from home. They find that, you know, their experience has gotten even more boxed in than it was before. And so they're craving the experience that brings them back to life, that uses their creative potential, that really allows them to step into who it is they are. And the fourth reason why the future of leadership is design is complexity. If you think about VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguous, we live in a world that no longer is the goal out there and we're just going to coach ourselves to it or manage ourselves to it. The goal is out there, but the way to it is changing each and every day. And that is because we live in a complex world, and it is that complexity that is elevating design thinking to that of a management and leadership position. Because how do we take complex problems and bring together the creative resources to solve them? Leadership by Design can do that. Last but not least, and it's not last, there's probably another 100 reasons as to why Leading by Design is the future, but it's job crafting. You know, job crafting is allowing the employee to craft the job in a way that suits them, to let them hone in on what is really meaningful to them, what they're really good at, and where they can bring their greatest potential to the team. And so when employees begin to job craft what it is they want to do, then again, leaders have to design, okay, well, if John's doing this piece of a job and Sally's doing this piece of job, how do I design this to all work together to deliver, you know, the goals and vision that the company wants to achieve? So those are just 5 reasons why Leadership by Design is the future. There are many, many more, so stay tuned. But for sure, in the next video, I will share with you briefly when to use leadership as a manager, when to use leadership as a coach, and then when to use Leadership by Design. That'll make it easier for you to determine, okay, what is the situation? How do I need to show up to best reach the goals that I have for my team? Thanks for listening. I look forward to reading your comments. And if you liked this video and want to learn more about Leading by Design, don't forget to subscribe.